very much for talking to us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Let's start with the general topic. Let me get your view of the theme of this conference before we narrow it down to the Shippers Council.
It is a very important theme of how regulation can make effective, economic meaning in Nigeria. Regulation simply means, getting things done according to the rules, international standards, because for every economic endeavor, there are parties to it. Parties will have to come either by agreement or some certain formal treaty. And if you look at all these agreements, there are obligations and duties and rights. So the function of a regulator is usually to make sure that the game is played according to the rule. There should be a level playing field. There should be equilibrium. And the whole thing is coordination, supervision, so that that part of the economy you are regulating will make its intended contribution to the national economy.
Now, from some of the things that you said there, some of my colleagues have questions that they would like to ask.
Yes, please.
So let's start with my colleague from NTA.
Okay, mine is very simple. You talked about regulatory deficit. You are of the opinion that if we have if the regulatory framework is strengthened, we have one central regulation through which that will help coordinate the activity. Can you just expatiate?
What we're trying to say is for every sector, there should be lucid regulation. And the regulation should be democratic, having the buy-in of the people you want to regulate. It should be transparent and open. It should not be a kind of headmasterish, regulation, if you like. Regulation means coordination. In fact, I would rather use the word moderation. You moderate the standard of doing business. You moderate the tariff, the cost, and the ease of doing business. So that's what's all about. Where we have deficit is sometimes it is difficult to accept, regulation, especially by the industries who were there before regulations. But regulation means also you have to whip the government into line, because government must provide the conducive atmosphere necessary for enterprises to thrive. If you have flip-flops or somersaults, as someone said, then it is the duty of the regulator to tell the government that no, it is your duty to also, make that, laws or make that necessary intervention so that you will have guarantee the investments, of those who came and invested, because they have choice. We should not ever forget that. They could go to other countries. So you must make, the operating field, very conducive.
But how has government been listening to some of the...
Yes, the government has been. For example, in the sector that I come from, government has been has been listening. It's a catalyst for the revolutionary way things are doing. We had the monopoly in the MPA. They are the operating of cargo clearance. They are the stevedores. But the government said, no, we need to have the private sector and the engine room for growth. And so the ports were concessioned. And that was a very, very big leap, forward. And now we have more cargo coming. The whole aim is we are dealing with competitors in our sub-region. We have ports, in other countries. And it is the choice of, the cargo owner to nominate his port. It cannot be decreed or forced. If a court in another country provides, more competitive edge, then by every means, the shipper will like to take his cargo there. So we have to look at this competition and, make it strategic, that is our ports, and make them the preferred destination of shippers in the sub-region.
You talk specifically about wharf landing fees introduced by the Lagos State government. What exactly is the problem and what's the solution?
The problem is double taxation. That's what we are saying. And that's why I call for coordination between regulators. One must know what the other is doing, because we are all working toward the same purpose. If you isolate an issue and say this is the cost of doing, or the ease of doing business, then it has some connection with the others. So the regulators and of course the operators must be talking with each other or with one another and among themselves.
Okay, do you foresee improvement in our ranking. Because all these issues I've heard today means that our business environment still have huge challenges. Do you foresee improvement in our ranking and our ease of doing it if we are able to put these issues together?
Extreme improvement. I will see us going up. I will see us, everybody embracing automation. I will see, for example, in my area, custom is embracing automation. Nigerian Ports Authority is doing the same thing. Even freight forwarders, reforms, in the trucking business, and so many other things. So I think automation is a panacea, so to say, of making the ease of doing business index look up for Nigeria, and I see it happening.
We have seen instances where some of these regulatory agencies have overlapping functions. So what do you think should be done? How do we streamline their various rules to ensure that things are done appropriately?
There will be overlapping functions. What is not needed is conflict. Things, for example, from one mode to the other, from sea to rail, to road, up to the final destination. There may be some regulations. Some are institutionalized, some are in the laws, some you may not even know. But this is normal. What is not needed is conflict. And what is not needed is over-regulation. As I said, with technology, with competition, actually, the whole thing is to introduce competition. You remember when we had the Nigeria Airways, no competition, chaos, brigandage, corruption, but now we have the ports, or we have more airlines, so it is the airlines that are looking for customers, not the other way around. So the more competition you have, the more you eliminate, actually, regulation.
Do you think